I was born May 15, 31. It was in Center County, right across the old bridge there in Beech Creek, and Bald Creek. And house along the creek up there, Bald Creek, at 5 o'clock in the morning.
What were you doing prior to entering the military?
I started in 1949 after I came out of high school, or not high school, but school, working construction work in State College, Pennsylvania.
Where did you enter the service at?
Joined the service we went to Williamsport.
Okay. Did you volunteered? You weren't drafted?
I volunteered, yeah. I was a regular on it.
Okay. How long did you spend at Fort Dix, and what did you do there?
I was at Fort Dix after basic training. I guess we were lucky enough to be assigned right to what they call First Army Training Aid Center. What they made out of lumber, all parts of like a gun, M1 rifle, all four actually functioning parts that really function out of wood. And I was like a carpenter's helper. I cut the parts out for 16 months. We stayed there for 16 months at Fort Dix. Then they decided it's time to ship overseas.
President Truman orders U.S. troops into battle.
On Sunday, June 25th, Communist forces attacked the Republic of Korea. This attack has made it clear beyond all doubt that the international communist movement is willing to use armed invasion to conquer independent nations. The free nations face a worldwide threat. It must be met with a worldwide defense.
The United Nations, with the Soviet Union abstaining, votes to send an international fighting force to aid the South Koreans.
I left Fort Dix and went to Pittsburgh, California, to a base out there before that's where it was going to ship over. And we left there on a ship that went into Japan. And from Japan we went on into Seoul, Korea. It was scary because we left Seoul to go up to the front. We went by train, and man, you want to see this stuff was laying off the tracks. Trains were laying, big engines laying off the tracks, going down over the bank, and it kind of scared you a little bit. Like a boxcar. It wasn't in a nice dining car. We was all crammed in. It's just a boxcar with the door open. It was cold, and well, I was glad to get out of it. We was about 3 miles from the front line. First night I got there, and the camp over there after dark at night, and the first job that they gave me right off the bat was running a deuce and a half. I had to take troops up to the front, and that was scary too, because you could only use your cat lights, on the truck, and we going up over this hill here, and all of a sudden we ran into a bunch of people walking along the road, and I thought there was the enemy. It kind of scared me a little. Wound up being troops was walking along the road. Coming from, I don't know. I know where it's headed to, but I had a truckload of troops too, crammed in the truck, and went up there and took them so far up and dropped them off. Well, for a while, I moved as a duty staff for I don't know, a couple of months, I guess, and it was taking supplies up towards the front, and they built bunkers, you know, for protection. Made out of logs, you know, and had a job doing that for a while, and hauled them for supplies up towards the front, and took the supplies, like they call them dukes, but they're Koreans, and they worked for us, and amazing. They great big log. It would take a machine around here to pick up. Four Koreans had a stick they put around across their back, and one at each side, and they'd just pick that log up and just take off with it, just like it was a toothpick. He kept up with his captain's name, like hauled him around in the Jeep, and we went up, probably within not very far up the front line, but I remember we didn't dare put the windshield up. We had to have the windshield down because it would throw a glare, and even at that we got mortars flying over our heads going up the road there, and we were just freezing, yeah, and they couldn't put that windshield up, and you didn't have the top up, and he's sitting right there just like a convertible, you know, and it was really cold. To get out of over there, man, it's an awful place. It just rain all the time, and in the warmer weather, and of course the winter, and it's winter colder, really all you got was snow. They took us into to Washington, coming back, and then from Washington went into Fort Custer, Michigan. I don't know why it took me to send me across from Fort Custer, Michigan to be discharged. That's where I was discharged out of Fort Custer, Michigan. Awful storm coming back over, and I didn't know whether we were going to make it or not. Man, that ship, the bow of that ship just was going up in the air, up, and all of a sudden it would go straight down. And you thought it was going to go right straight down into the bottom.
What years and months did you serve?
I served 3 years and 6 months. I was about ready to come home, and it flared up again. It was over, but it flared up again, and they kept everybody for about 4 months.
What rank was you when you was discharged?
Corporal.
Okay. What company was you with when you was over there?
It was the Company D, 10th Engineer Battalion, 3rd Division.
surprised were you when you found out the Patriot Connections dog tag project had your military dog tags?
I was really surprised. I knew I lost one dog tag, but I didn't know where I lost it at. I figured where I lost it at because I used to hitchhike. I didn't have no car at the time, and I used to hitchhike back and forth. And I got a ride across the Philadelphia bridge here, going into Camden, and when the guy picked me up when he went across the bridge, and I had to get out there. There's a tunnel down under the road there, a 6-lane highway, and you had to walk through that tunnel to get over to the other side. And they always told us, now if you have to walk through a place like that, take your dog tags off, because there's all kinds of people down there. And they said they just hound you to death for money. And there really was all kinds of people down there. Now I don't know whether I lost them there for sure, or I lost them in Wrightstown, New Jersey. I could have lost them in Wrightstown because I spent a lot of time down. That's a little town outside of Fort Dix. So I don't know for sure.
So what, you took them off then? That's how you figured you lost them?
I think I had to take them off. How I lost one, I don't know. I just lost one and got away from it, but that's the only way I can figure out that I lost them.
How special will it be when you get your dog tag back to you?
It's gonna be very special. I can match that other one up. I got the pair. They give me 2 of them. And they was very important because they're your identification tags. They call them dog tags, but they're your identification tags.
Is there anything you would like to add or share with everybody on your experience in the military?
Not really, but I'll tell you, if I had to go again, I'd go in a minute.
Okay.
I mean, it's really something to be proud of to serve your country.